$99 at Mermaid Mattress.
You know, I happen to get emails very often, you might not know that, from viewers who will write to me and say, can you remind me about the person you interviewed the other day who fill in the blank? And very often those seem to be about the different forms we have of independent living and retirement living here in the Chattanooga area, and sometimes about the memory care section of things. It is much sought after throughout the country and especially here. So Terry Thompkins is back on the show with us this morning talking about the Valley Residence, Ascension Living Valley Residence, part really of the Alexian family. Is that fair to name drop with you?
That is absolutely fair.
But I kind of weaved my way into your setup this morning, but that is true. I mean, just last week I had somebody email me about that because the memory care part of it has become such a high demand thing, Terry.
Well, it is high, and it's getting greater. The more people move into the aging process and get into the senior citizen level, it becomes more prevalent. And as we all know, the boomer generation is coming into this. The more numbers you have, the greater numbers you have with dementia and other diseases. It's just a matter of numbers. So I think there is a heightened need and urgency to have quality care for memory support, people that are in that situation. And I've said this before on the show, and I say this all the time out in the public, I think those that are affected by memory loss, that's probably the cruelest disease we have because it lasts so long and it just takes that person away for so long. And that's why I have a special place in my heart for memory support, memory care, to help people and help families with this. And you mentioned the Alexian Village family. We are one big family here in Chattanooga. The Alexian brothers started all of our Alexian programs, and so we are one family and we support one another. But at the Valley, as you know, you've been on site and you've shown the place. We have such a special little community. It's a small unit. It's only 42 beds, 42 apartments. So it can be really intimate, and the residents there form a family. And Ascension Living has a really intense training program. We talked about that on the show before. Every associate that works with direct care with the residents there go through at least 16 hours initially training just specifically for dementia ailments. So they are trained and to understand why this person's acting that way, how to de-escalate all of the things that happen.
Because what we used to associate if you had an Alzheimer's or a dementia diagnosis, really not that long ago, I mean even 10, 15 years ago, it was just kind of this uh-oh response and what can you do? Well, now there's an awful lot that you can do, and y'all are so much at the Valley that you're kind of a sought after place to be.
Yes.
For your staff purposes, I mean.
And that's exactly one of the things I wanted to talk about today. You know, people come to Ascension Living, to Alexian Village or to the Valley, and the Valley especially, because we are so highly trained and so specialized in the way we deliver care. And our intention is to do individual care so that it's person-centered and each person has a different thing that makes them comfortable and so forth and so on. And people are hired away from us. But I take that as a compliment to our organization, that we are a training ground for other organizations, and our people come and they train and they move on. They get the opportunity to go to bigger opportunities or
to take what they've learned from you and help somebody else.
And spread it. And this has happened at least 3 times at the Valley since I've been in Chattanooga, the 5 years I've been here. People get a chance to go and do things for other organizations.
So it's always surprising to me, because I have a chance to talk to people like you on a regular basis, and I have a very good friend who's kind of going through some stuff like this right now with a parent, and things we'll talk about this friend of mine has not heard of before. If you're living this, you might not know what your resources are and what early intervention can really look like, even so much so that when you come and you visit at the Valley, and y'all are going to have an event in June, I think, you kind of have a chance to be walked through what life is like for your loved one. They simulate it for you.
And we will do that in June, late June, early July. We'll send out invitations and we'll come back on and talk about it more. But because of the opportunities that people get from our organization. I have a new executive director coming next week that will be here to take over leadership. I have a new DCS that's here because the previous DCS is not with us anymore. She moved on. There's just a lot of newness, and we want people to come and experience that newness, the excitement. The young man that's coming to lead the community as the new executive director, he has a special reason for wanting to be in memory care. His grandmother just recently went into memory care, and his grandfather had this too. So he has a special place in his heart. It's personal to him to make sure that people are treated like family.
Right.
So we're excited about the things that are happening, and we're going to have a party. We're going to introduce the new staff. We're going to kick off the new season at the Valley and invite people to come and see what we do and how different we are from other communities.
You know that people have options, which is why you come here. So as I wrap it up and show people how to get in touch with you at the Valley, can they also call and schedule an appointment to come and visit?
Absolutely.
So 875-6110. You're welcome to wait until that party in June, but if you need them today, don't hesitate to call their website, ascensionliving.org. They are local and they are family. Thank you, Terry.
Thank you for having me.
For 45 years, the Bass family at Colony 13 at Northgate Mall